Hello, Shalom Aleichem. Isru Chag. We just finished the beautiful Yom Tov of Pesach. It should be good for everyone now. And anyway, this is part B of what we were talking about, the various Haggadot, different Haggadots. Let's take a look at them right now. Some of them were rescued. It was in a bad situation, and now they're in a better place. Here, this is Kedem, kosher wines. This is interesting. This is an old, vintage advertisement for Kedem. It has very nice illustrations. One minute. These are the illustrations. This is where the Tanaim were discussing the exodus from Mitzrayim the whole night until it was time to say the Kriya Shema, until daybreak the next day. All night long they were talking about the Yidden coming out of Mitzrayim, out of Egypt. And here's the four sons: the wise son, the wicked son, the innocent son, and the one that is so young that he doesn't know what to ask. He doesn't know the questions to ask. These are very nice illustrations. Oh, this is that how the Yidden they were being mistreated by the Mitzrayim. Oh, this is how the Bas Paro, the daughter of Paro, rescued Moshe Rabbeinu from the river. These are very nice illustrations. I haven't seen these. I haven't seen these illustrations really. Oh, these are the various signs that were given for Moshe and Aaron to show before Paro, turning the stick into a snake, and other things, many other things. And one moment. These are the 10 plagues. This is the 10 plagues. So that's one. Here's the Agada shall Pesach mit music Natan. The Haggadah of Pesach with music. Vayifen ko vayach es ha-Mitzri. Moshe Rabbeinu looked in different places. He looked all around, and he saw. He went out to see what's happening with his brethren, with the Bnei Yisrael, the Israelites. And then he saw that one of the Egyptians was really beating a one of the Jewish people. So he told him to stop, and he didn't stop. So he looked all over, and then he smote the Egyptian. That he should stop the Egyptian taskmaster, that he should leave his brother, the Israelite, alone. He looked in all the different places, and he smote the Egyptian. V'hir beisi es ososai v'es mofsai v'eretz Mitzrayim. And Hashem made many. He multiplied his signs and miracles in the land of Egypt. In other words, that the Egyptians and Pharaoh specifically should see that Hashem, wants him to let his people go, to let his people be freed. So these are very interesting, nice illustrations. Vayinar Hashem es Mitzrayim b'soch hayam. Vayinar Hashem es Mitzrayim b'soch hayam. U'vnei Yisrael holchu b'yabasho b'soch hayam. Vayisu b'nei Yisrael mi Ramses. The b'nei Yisrael traveled from Ramses Sukkosa to Sukkos, Kishesh Meos Elef, 600,000. Raglei Hagavarim, 600,000 men. And then there were women and children, of course, too. Very good illustrations. Here's some music. So this is the Haggadah, which celebrates the Hashem helping the Bnei Yisrael leave the bondage of Mitzrayim, of Egypt. Also, we have this. Let's put this on the side now, and we have that one we've seen. And here's the Haggadah Shel Pesach. Here's another one. Oh, these are nice illustrations. Partaking of the Passover meal and hiding the Afikoman. Moses was given the Torah. God brought us out of Egypt. And here's the plate, the Seder plate. These are some nice illustrations too. Pharaoh's daughter saves Moses. The Torah speaks of 4 sons. One wise, one wicked, one who hath no capacity to inquire, and a simple one, a simple son. 5 great rabbis discussing the Exodus. Israelis lived in tents. They were talking about the going out of Mitzrayim that whole night, until their Talmidim, their students, came to them and said, Rabboseinu higia zman shel kriyas shema shel shacharis. Rabbis, the time for saying the Kriyas Shema in the morning has come. In other words, when it's daylight, then it's time to say the Shema, to say the Shema Yisrael again. In other words, they were talking about the leaving of Mitzrayim the whole night long. Egyptians imposed strenuous labor. Egyptians compel Israelis to work with rigor. Israelis wander in the desert. God split the sea and dried the water. Very nice illustration. One kid, father bought one goat. The Passover service ends. The 10 plagues God brought upon the Egyptians. So this is the Haggadah for Pesach. One of the Haggados. Oh, this is a nice one. This is a classic, the Maxwell House Haggadah. Maxwell House, the coffee. They made an advertisement to show that they're kosher. In other words, they made a Haggadah. It's a great thing. Oh, these are very nice illustrations. They're blue and white. This is the classic one. The scene at the Seder. This is rachatz, that wash the hands and say motzi matzah. That's take the 2 whole matzahs and the broken one and say the following blessing. These are illustrations of the various steps of the Seder. Shulchan Aruch, the festive meal. Sofun. It's after supper, the half of the middle matzah, which had been put aside at the commencement of the service, is distributed amongst all present. This is called the afikoman, after which no food must be taken during the evening. The 3rd cup is then filled. And borech, grace after meal. Here's the grace after meal. Oh, this is drink the 3rd cup of wine, and then for this is for Eliyahu Hanavi, Eliyahu the prophet, opening the door for Eliyahu Hanavi. Very nicely done illustrations, very crisp, modernistic sort of. Oh, here's another advertisement for the Maxwell House brand. So they made this for their an advertisement. So they made the classic Haggadah. Let's see what else we have. Here's another Haggadah. This one we might have seen already. This one we might have seen. Oh, here it is. We saw this just before. Let's see, here's another Haggadah. Haggadah shel Pesach, 60 Perushim Ivritayich, with 60 explanations with Ivritayich, with the Yiddish. The Ivritayich means it's the Yiddish a translation of the Hebrew. So this is all in Yiddish. Oh, here, this is the פירוש Ivritayich right over here. This is the explanation. And this is Zos Zichron. This is like a פירוש on it. That means it's a commentary on it. And the Mishneh David, the Proverbs of David. This is, in other words, a פירוsh in Yiddish on the Agada. Vateret bas Paro, and the daughter of Pharaoh went down to the stream. Vatiftach vatirehu es hayeled. She opened her eyes and she saw the yeled, the boy. Behine nar bochen. There was a young boy who was Moshe Rabbeinu that was crying he was floating. He had a basket and he was floating in the river. So these are all different Yiddish Perushim. Maybe one day we can, with Hashem's help, go through some of them. Yeah, this is a good way to learn Yiddish, to learn the Haggadah with these Perushim. This is very good to brush up on your Yiddish and to learn it. And it's very good to keep Yiddish going. Keep it up. Oh, this is the Leib Sameach. This we saw. Leib Sameach, Chelik Shlishi. This is a different Torah from Reb Dov Ber of Mezerich. This was given by students, by the Talmidim. Here we can take a look at it. V'hu Perush Abeir Nachon al Shir Hashirim. Oh, it's Perush. It's a good Beir Nachon al Shir Hashirim. V'Haggadah shel Pesach, on the Song of Songs and the Haggadah of Passover. Megillah v'Arba Panim Pashut Remez Darash Sod v'Simanei Pardes. The different ways of learning. Pshat is the simple explanation. Pshat. Remez is like with a hint. It's like hinting to something. Drash is exposition. You learn something from it. And Sod is the secret. V'Simanei Pardes. Pardes is Pshat, Remez, Drash, and Sod. So it's like an acronym. Okay, so this is the Leib Sameach She'izain V'tikein V'chiber Harav HaTzadik HaMefarsim. This was heard. He heard it from the Rebbe. and then he edited it, v'chiber, and he gathered it together. Harav HaTzadik HaMeforsim, the great, well-known tzaddik, HaChosid. HaMekubal, he's a Chosid, a pious man. HaMekubal, he was a Bal Kabbalah, he knew Kabbalah, the secret parts of Torah, Baki, Benigla of Benister, an expert in the revealed parts of Torah and the Benister, the concealed parts of Torah. Moreno, Rabbeinu, Rav, Reb, Chano Chanich, Av Bezdin, the Kehila, the Kadisha, Al-Asek. He's the head of the Bezdin of the Kehila Kadisha, the holy Kehila of Al-Asek. Kafi Shekibel Merabo, he got this from his Rebbe Movok, his main Rebbe, V'chomev Harav HaTzadik HaKadosh, the great Rav Butzina Kadisha Nezer Yisrael V'Hadaro. He was like a crown to Yisrael V'Hadaro in its pride, Aspeclaria Hamaira, the great. He was able to enlighten people like a shining light to the people. Hamaira Sinai V'Yoker Harim, he was able to unroot mountains with his drushos and his. In other words, it was so deep and profound, all of the things that he learned and said. This is Shalom Rokeach, Zeichet Tzadik L'Bracha. Zeichet Tzadik V'Kodesh L'Bracha. Shalom Rokeach. Rav Shalom Rokeach, Zeichet Tzadik L'Bracha. Av Bezdin the Kehila Kadisha Bells. He was the head of the Kehila Kadisha Bells. V'hu Kibel Meharav Hamagid HaTzadik HaKadosh the Kehila Kadisha Skol. V'Lamale B'Kodesh Kadoshim. So he received it from the Magid of the Tzaddik Kaddish from Skol, and the Ma'ila Kaddish going up even in Kedusha and holiness, the Kadosh Kadoshim Gaon HaGaonim, the genius of geniuses, Marena Rabbeinu Rev Dov Ber Mimezerich Ad Ish Eloki Habesht Zeichet Tzaddik Kaddish L'Bracha. He learned it from Reb Dov Ber Mezerich, from Mezerich, until the best is the Baal Shem Tov, Zeichet Tzadik V'Kodesh L'Bracha. So this is like from a line from all these Rebbeim, and this is the Divrei Torah. There's a lot of Divrei Torah here. That's a nice thing to learn. To learn that would be a beautiful thing. With Hashem's help, perhaps it can be done. With Hashem's help. Anyway, Tehillim. This is a nice Tehillim. This is a nice cover of a Tehillim. And this has the whole Tehillim here. Looks like Eretz Yisrael. This is an interesting thing too. We have two of these. 1 minute. This is Sfiras HaOmer. Dinim from Sfira Tzelin. The dinim of saying the Sfira, of counting the Omer. There's a lot of dinim here. Sfiras HaOmer. We have two of these. to let's take a look at this. Dinim von Sphira Zählen. Different laws, dinim, of counting the Omer. Die andere Nacht Pesach hebt men on zu zählen Sphira. The second night of Pesach, we start saying, counting the Omer. Zu zählen Sphira. We have start counting the Sphira's Omer. Sphira zählt men noch Meirev. Stehendigkeit. So Sphira, we say Sphira, we say it's after Meirev, standing. Stehendigkeit means standing. So in other words, we stand when we say the Sphira. So Beis. As einer hat vergessen bei Nacht zu zählen Sphira, if somebody that night forgot to count the Sphira, as der Mann sich bei Tag soll zählen bei Tag ohne Broche. If somebody forgot to say the Sphira that night, but he remembers during the daytime, he should say the Sphira the next day. He should count that Sphira. Let's say it was the third day at night. He's supposed to say it the night before. So let's say he remembered the day afterwards, and it's still the third day. In other words, it starts at the night, but it continues on in the daytime. So he can say Hayom Yom Shlishi. Today is the third day, but without a bracha. So he says it without a bracha, and then on der Rest Nacht soll zählen mit der bracha. Der Rest Nacht soll zählen mit der bracha. Okay, so then he said it. Let's say during the third day, he said, "This is the third day." Hayom Yom Shlishi ba'omer. So then the next night, soll zählen mit der bracha. So when it's time for the fourth day, the fourth counting of the Omer, he can say it with a bracha. Azoi vi yedered. Like the other people. In other words, he said it the daytime without a bracha. So then he can, as long as he kept up the count during the day, he can say the next night with a bracha too. As hat bei Tag euch vergessen zu zählen, if during the day, let's say the third day, he forgot to say it again, muss schon alle Nacht zählen ohne bracha. So then he has to say it without a bracha. He has to say the Sfiras HaOmer still, of course, but he can't say it with a bracha. He says it without a bracha. In other words, if he catches it during the third day, so then he can. So he caught it, and he's able. The fourth night he can say it with a bracha. If he forgot to say it, if it happened that way, so sometimes that might happen. So then he continues to say the Sfiras HaOmer, but without a bracha. So as hat bei Tag euch vergessen zu zählen, muss schon alle Nacht zählen ohne bracha. If he forgot in the daytime to say the Sfira, so then he has to. So then that means he skipped a day, that means he says the rest of the Sfira, he should say it, but without a bracha. Gimel. As einer fragt dem andere, wie viel is heint in der Sfira? So if somebody is asking somebody else, what is today's counting of the Sfira? What is today? What is today's? What number is it today? As hat noch nicht gezählt, if the person that is being asked this question didn't yet count the Omer, soll entfern, he has to answer Nächten is so viel getan. Memele wird jener verstehen, wie viel heint is. So the other, he should answer like this. He should say, let's say it's the fourth day. So he should say, yesterday was the third day. And then for the one that's asking the question will understand what today is. In other words, yesterday was the fourth day, so that means today must be the fifth day. As hat noch nicht gezählt, soll entfern. So if the person that's being asked did not yet say the Omer, so he should answer in this way. That Nachten is so viel. Yesterday was, last night was, as I feel, was the third day. Geten. It was, let's say, the third day. Memele welt jener verstehen, wie viel heint is. So therefore, the other person will understand what today is. In other words, yesterday was 3, today is 4. So there are various dinim of Sfiras Omer. This is, and then it has very nicely done the Sfira. It says Hayam Shalosha Yamim Omer. So anyway, whatever it is, it's all the. This is Shisha Yamim Omer. So anyway, here we have. Who's it by? This was by Michael Rosenfeld, Synkografia Hartzion. Here, let's see. This tells you who did it also. There's another. 1 minute. I think it should say here. 1 minute. Oh yeah, here we go. Here, this is Seder Sfiras Omer, Motzei Laor, Ben Zion Weiss, Shichon Vishnitz, Bnei Brak, Nisan, Topshin Chop Zion. By Ben Zion Weiss, Shichon Vishnitz, Bnei Brak, Nisan, Topshin Chop Zion. So we got 2 of these. Oh, here's an interesting Sefer. This is Masechet Avos, by the Chafetz Chaim. Masechet Avos, in פירוש Rabbeinu Yisrael Meimer Cohen. Zeichet Tzaddik V'Kodesh L'Bracha. This is so they take. The Chafetz Chaim does different. In Yanim, and they talk about, they apply it to the Purkei Avos. Rabbi Omer Ezu Derech Yishoresh Yober Lo Ha'adam Kol Shehi Teferes Leoseha but Teferes Lo Min Ha'adam. Rabbi says, what is the right way that a person should choose. So they say, Kol she'ita Pharisee Oseh, whichever brings pride to the one doing it, or else some Rabbanim say Lioseh to his maker, meaning Hashem. But the Pharisee no min ha'adam, and pride to him from people. He's respected from other people also. That he himself has pride in doing it, and he gets the respect from other people. The heavy zorb, mitzvah kalo kibachamura, and to be careful with a small mitzvah like a more chamradik mitzvah, a stricter mitzvah. Shein ata yodea matan scharon shel mitzvos. Because we do not know the schar of mitzvahs. It could be a very small mitzvah, can be very important, and this is the Mishnah, and then the Chafetz Chaim would tell. This tells either something that he said or something from his life. The kiyam mitzvahs mechaye mekadesh adam es hanefesh shabo, with the Kiyama mitzvos is a person makes his soul, it gives life to his nefesh, to his soul, to his neshama. Okay, Nidchei Yisrael. So this is from Nidchei Yisrael. They take something from one of the Sefarim that he wrote. Nefesh habehemis shel ha'adam zakuka l'shmira me'una. Okay. So anyway, thank you for watching, and Kol Tov, and a guten Shabbos, and a gut Isru Chag, Kol Tov.